City will be hosting Newcastle United at home at Stamford Bridge after that humiliating defeat to Paris Saint-Germain in the UEFA Champions League. Now, today, Liam Rosenior held his press conference to give us the latest updates ahead of the game. Now, in this Liam Rosenior's press conference today, in terms of injury news, he said that Jamie Gittins is back. Yes, Jamie Gittins is back for the game against Newcastle this weekend. He's very fit, but Esteban Williams is still ruled out. He said that the game comes too soon for Esteban Williams. So this is what he said. He said Jamie is back involved, which is a great news. Liam stated at his press conference today. Now, Esteban is still a little bit further away. We want to be careful with Esteban because of the nature of his hamstring injury. The last thing we want to do is rush him back and see the injury recurring. So we will see what he's like for Tuesday's game against Paris Saint-Germain. I think Esteban Williams will make it to the Paris Saint-Germain game. I think he's one of our threats in that particular game. Now, fighting on all fronts across numerous competition is nothing new for Chelsea, but Rosenior was quick to state that his focus and that of the team is always on the next game, regardless of what is ahead. That starts with Saturday's visit of Eddie Howe's Newcastle before moving on to PSG after the weekend. He said, I don't think too far ahead of about the next game, our head coach added. He said that everything should be based on game after game. He said, at this stage of the season, it is about the importance of each game. Starting with the game tomorrow, my thoughts on PSG and what that looks like on Tuesday hasn't even entered my head. So that is basically what he said. He also made some comments about Pedro Neto's incident. He said it doesn't look good after the game. He watched the replay. It doesn't look good. He said that though he knows that Pedro Neto wants to fight for the team, in that moment he was in the heat of the emotions, but it doesn't actually look good. There are ways you can do that. But he said what caught his attention was Pedro Neto's idea to apologize to the guy quickly and even gave him a shirt. He also talked about Enzo Fernandez's reactions towards Philip Jorgensen. He said that Enzo Fernandez loves Philip Jorgensen, but he's a captain. And then at that particular point in time, it was emotions. He wants to fight for the club. Of course, Rhys James extended his contract, signs a new contract, and Liam Rosenior reacted on it. He said that they are very, very happy to have one of the best in his position to stay with the club for a very long time. He believes that Rhys James is so good, and also Rhys James is his leader. So this is just a summary of what you expect. And then also Pedro Neto will be absent in the game against Newcastle after that FA ban. Yes, FA have banned him one match and also charged him with 70,000. Now quickly, let me go into the game proper. Newcastle versus Chelsea. Now in this particular game, I think that Chelsea should concentrate on the game either than trying to bench players and prepare for the game against PSG because right now the game against PSG is 3 goals. That is 3 goal deficit. It's going to be very, very difficult, and we don't have to give our Champions League hope or qualifying to the Champions League next season because of the Paris Saint-Germain game. Winning against Newcastle is going to be very, very crucial. It's going to be very, very, very important. Now, let's see wins, 7 draws, 11 wins. That is in our last 30, I think in our last 40 games, over 40 games. Now, you look at the last time we met at the St. James Park, it was 2-2, and then St. James Park is always very difficult, but we always get a result at Stamford Bridge. The last 2 games at Stamford Bridge, it was 2-1 and then 2-2 against Newcastle. So we have a score there, and then when you look at our expected goals per match, we had 1.83, they have 1.45. In terms of goal conceded per match, we have 1.17 and they have 1.48. We have kept 9 clean sheets, they have kept 7 clean sheets. So when you look at all that, we are a bit far away from them. Now, in terms of look at some key statistics that you need to know, Chelsea conceded 5 goals against Paris Saint-Germain midweek. They are joined West Champions League defeat. The last time we conceded 5 goals in the Champions League is 26 years ago. Cole Palmer has scored 5 goals in his last 5 matches, which means that Cole Palmer is in the best of form to at least get something for us in the game against Newcastle. Chelsea ranked third in the XG table despite City fifth in the actual standings. That means in terms of XG, we are third. We create more chances. João Pedro has 9 goals and 2 assists in his last 10 matches, which means that you can actually bet on João Pedro to score a goal. Newcastle sit 12th but rank 6th in the XG table, underperforming by 6 positions. Harvey Baines has 9 goal contribution in the Champions League this season, and also Nick Pope ranks 3rd in the Premier League for saves per match with 3.1, which means that Nick Pope has been their very, very good player. In terms of our players with the most ratings, they have Gumarães with 7.6, and we have João Pedro with 3.7.3. Now, in the game, in my predicted lineup, I think that we should throw with a strong lineup. Sanchez on post, Dries James, Marco Cuella. Then we have Fofana and Chaloba as the centre back pairing. Then Enzo Fernandez. I want to see Andre Santos in Melford. Andre Santos alongside Moises Caicedo. The end of Enzo Fernandez at the number 10 position. Kopama as the right wing, and then Garnacho as a left wing. Since Pedro Neto will not be available, then João Pedro up front. We should be able to win Newcastle. We should beat Newcastle so that we'll know that we'll be the top four will at least we'll be closer. If we beat Newcastle tomorrow, we'll be having 51 points, and then that means we'll be third positions. And Newcastle will be playing against Manchester United. One of them will drop points, definitely. So that is it for me. I think we should channel all our Newcastle game. We can now focus on the Paris Saint-Germain game. For me, I'm predicting Chelsea to beat Newcastle by 2 goals to 1. João Pedro scoring, Kopama scoring. You can also drop your own predictions on the comment section. This is Simon Football Arena.